Hey guys, I want to talk to you today about the PlayStation 5 and the official reveal event that took place today, labeled as the Road to PS5 by Sony. So yesterday Sony came out saying, hey, tomorrow tune in on live stream, we're going to be talking about PS5. Okay, fine. Everybody got excited. Everybody started throwing up, what's going to happen? Hey, let's make a prediction video. Okay, everybody did that. Everybody, said a lot of good things, a lot of bad things. Hey, it's not going to be good as Series X because Series X just had a blowout. It almost felt as if Sony was like kind of pressured or to, just come back and, with something. People were kind of worried, it felt like, that, Series X was just kind of going to blow PS5 out of the water. People were getting worried that, it's going to get delayed. And it still may get delayed. But, today we have, Mark starting to come out basically and just talk about the system itself. He's a system architect. Fine. Alright, guy comes out, and it is boring as all hell. This guy talking put me to sleep. Honestly. When I go to sleep tonight, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to listen to the PS5 reveal event. They've talked about the PS5 before, but not quite in the depth they have today. Today was sort of more supposed to be the GDC event for developers, but they kind of, mainstreamed it sort of as if it was supposed to be for everyone. And everybody was confused. Hey, why are they throwing out, all these weird numbers? I have no idea what they mean. Well, that's because it was supposed to be for GDC. Because people are so, heavy for, more information about PS5, they didn't have a choice but say, hey, tune in for this too. So really today, it was more of a tech thing. A lot of numbers, a lot of, concrete information about the PS5 itself. We still don't know what it looks like, of course. I have no idea why we don't know what it looks like. Maybe it's not a final design, I'm not sure. I would have hoped by now that, it'd be in production, at the very least. So for the PlayStation 5 itself, we know that it is a 8-thread, Zen 2 core processor at 3.5 gigahertz. That's a pretty big, substantial upgrade from the Jaguar cores we had before in the PS4. Those things were quite awful. As for the GPU architecture, we have a custom RDNA 2 chip from AMD. And we pretty much knew about that beforehand. It's going to have ray tracing. It's going to have all that cool stuff. It's going to be 10.28 teraflops. Not really important at all. It's more important for developers. It doesn't mean the game, it's going to be powerful or not. Yeah, it's powerful, but it's a console. It really shouldn't matter. I don't know why we still care about, teraflops. It's almost like, hey, my console's better, it has more teraflops. No, that's not the case. I will say it is, substantially more powerful than the base PS4. Base PS4 is only 1.8 teraflops. This is 10.28 teraflops. 6 times stronger. As for, the memory in the system, we're going to have 16 gigs DDR6 memory. The previous console, the base PS4, just had 8 gigs of DDR5. As for like internal storage, which was a big focus kind of for the PS5 reveal event, and it's a big focus over the Xbox Series X. It's going to be the main thing that they put the speed of the SSD inside. The SSD is a custom 825 gig SSD. It's going to be a very fast hard drive basically, and it's going to give developers a lot more freedom for render distance, with graphics and everything. Stuff being able to load in a lot faster. It will also eliminate stuff like load times, everything else. So we're going to have expandable storage, of course, too, which with the way games are going these days, we're going to need that, obviously. It's going to have a NVMe SSD slot. Sony has not announced, compatibility if they're going to do their own proprietary thing. They came out and pretty much just said, hey, hold off on buying stuff for now. Wait until further information comes out. There will be USB hard drive support. That's kind of expected. Not everybody can, afford these fancy hard drives, fancy SSDs. So it is good to have. It will have a 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray drive. That is one complaint I do have about the PS4 Pro. It does not have that. Xbox One X does, but not your, and even the Xbox One S has it. I don't know why the Xbox Series X and Xbox One X, everything like that has it, but it's just now a thing for Sony. Because before that, it was just a standard Blu-ray drive. So as for backwards compatibility, we don't really know too much. It was very, very misleading when it came to, the whole backwards compatibility talk. There's a lot of misinformation going on the internet. It's sort of as if, only 100 games at launch are going to be backwards compatible. It's kind of underwhelming. You heard all this hype, all these rumors. Hey, get your PS1, your PS2, PS3 disc, keep them. Yeah, all that rumors, stuff like that from like Hip Hop Gamer saying, oh, there's going to be like a remaster engine built into the system for old games. No, none of that's true. We're only going to get about 100 games at launch with the PS4's backwards compatibility feature, lazy mode, whatever they want to call it. I don't really care too much about that stuff. It's cool that it's there, but it's only going to be for the 100 top played games, pretty much based on playing time. So who knows? They did say they have. Who knows? They did say they have over 1,000 games on the PS4, and they want to expand all those PS4 games to the PS5. It's very misleading, I will say, at the very least. I'm not quite sure. There's a lot of talk on the internet. Even the PlayStation blog says otherwise. It's weird. So back to the SSD though, and why it's so important is because being able to load stuff far away is going to help produce, improve graphic fidelity. Stuff, such as, this custom flash controller inside this SSD. It's, going to have 12 different channel interface. It really doesn't matter to people what that means. Basically, you're going to have better render distance for improving graphics. Stuff like this, it's not important to us. We really just need to worry about, the games, what the console looks like, and I mean, I don't really care too much about what it looks like, but I would like to know. I'm kind of curious now. Weird. So tell us, Sony. I want to know more. One of the big things about the SSD though is that it is going to be faster than the Series X SSD. Right, like twice as fast supposedly. I'm not quite sure. It's going to be able to load like 5.5 gigs per, a second, which is insane. I think the Series X is going to be like 2 or 3 gigs per second. I can't remember off the top of my head. Do not quote me on that. We've seen proprietary drives before. Sony, like in their PSP Go and their PS Vita, it didn't go over well. So I think getting expandable SSDs, NVMe2 drives, M2 drives, whatever you want to call them, that's going to be great for Sony going forward. Is going to be up to standards with speeds. That's kind of their thing. That's always been their thing. Why you haven't been able to go out and purchase your own thing until the PS4. It was very easy to replace the internal hard drive when it came to the PS4. However, on PS5 it looks like you're gonna have to buy expandable storage on the outside, which is kind of weird if you ask me, because it's going to make people who want to repair the system a lot harder to repair the system if there's a hard drive issue, well, as in this case, an SSD issue. So yeah, it was really just not important to people mainly, and that was my biggest issue with it. We saw a lot of just BS. Really, it felt like a college lecture. I've heard other people say call it a college lecture. It's boring. Those guys come out there and it's just like, oh my god, shoot me now. This is awful. Please just show us what the system looks like. Show us some games. That's what we want to see, really. I'm kind of tired of hearing numbers. Teraflops this, teraflops that. My system's better. It's really, really boring. So I hope in the future Sony can come out and say, hey, here's the games we have lined up for the reveal. Here's the games we have lined up for the next 3 years or whatever. Give us a cool announcement. Give us Persona 6. I don't care what you give us. I just want to see some stuff running on it. I want to see the ray tracing they have. I want to see everything they have on it. So that's it for today. I want to thank you guys for everything for watching. You can follow me on the link below on Twitter, where I tweet about stuff. Interact with me some. Come out, talk to me. More than welcome to talk to me. You can also follow me on Mixer, where I live stream Sunday through Wednesday. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate